I'm ready to start a new journal, and I really want to dive into this gorgeous handmade journal. It has this beautiful textured paper in it, and I'm really drawn to this one. But there's this little voice of hesitation. I am going to test out this paper, but I'm also going to test out 4 other ones with my core watercolors, with a Posca paint pen, with a Micron, and also 2 different white pens to see which one kind of just resonates the most with me. And also to show you how this looks on different papers, the same tools on each of these papers. And we'll see. Hi, I'm Roxanne, and you might know me as SuperDoodleGirl, and this is where I'm going to test the stuff so that you don't have to guess and you can see what it's going to do. Let's get started. Our first test is going to be on this gray paper. It is a Clairefontaine multimedia paper, 250 GSM and 115 pounds, and it's gray. We're going to see how it responds to some of my favorite supplies. We're going to do the process that I would work with if I were in my journal. I like to draw. I draw these every morning in my gratitude journal for some reason. They're very soothing to me. So I'm going to have some line work there. I'll have some lettering. So testing this out, I'm going to do a little fill in, a little darkening with this Posca. That's enough of that. And this is the same type. This is a Montana Shock Black ink. And so for my testing purposes, I'm going to fill this in. And I'll leave a space where I can fill in with some color there. See what this big bold line looks like. This paper, I'm really liking it. Those were both acrylic inks, taking them very well. This is an one. What does it look like? The paper's smooth enough so I can get some really nice lines. Let's see, we have an 03. And for the 03, I'm going to see how it pulls with a lot longer line. And then we'll take a little bit of our white gel pen. Let's see, for this one, I'm going to do on top of that black. It's taking the ink on top of the Posca very well. See what it does on the actual paper itself. This is the Uniball Signo. You have to move really slowly with those. Now this is the Tooly Art. Let me remember, anytime you have the pump action, you do have to prime them. And this one, I like these. These have a dual tip. So you've got a bold tip, and then the other end, it's thinner. The idea is you're testing supplies on your paper. It's to see the combination of them. Let's pull a little watercolor on here, grab this magenta, mix it in with some of the orange so we have a nice red orange. Let's see what that looks like on this gray. It actually looks very red, doesn't it? And just as I suspected, this is a mixed media paper, so it's not going to act like a watercolor paper. Quite interesting. It was very satisfying with the acrylic pens. I think if I worked in this, I would have to figure out what I wanted to do with the watercolor. It's just kind of sitting on top. Can I bring that off? That's kind of a mess there. Well, you know what? I'm going to just go outside it, make it a little bolder, and then we'll test coming on top of it. Let's see, what does this do over here? And then we'll want to test. So we're testing on top of the Posca. Let's see, we should be fine on top of the Montana and the Microns, no moving. Let's see what happens on top of the Tooly Art, not moving, and on top of the Uniball. Oh, the Uniball. Look at that. It just disappeared. So that Uniball, this is always the last pen that I use because it's not waterproof. So all of my others were. Notice that Toolie is. Now the last part, we're going to dry this off, and then I'll just testing a few marks on top of. See what happens with that. We're good. And you see what happened there. The paint underneath it was not completely dry. So you have to be careful when you're layering. That's a test of my watercolors with Poscas, with the Micron and the, let's see, we've got acrylic and then we had our other. That's our first test. I really like the white on it. Look at that. I really, really like the Toolie, so the acrylic on it. I like the Microns on it. Let's move to our second paper.